Keanu Reeves doesn't scream for attention. He doesn't beg for relevance. He doesn't play to the crowd. He just is. No scandals, no performance, no drama, just silence, just presence, just Keanu. Maybe what the world needs right now isn't another influencer. It's a man who doesn't need to be seen, to be felt. A man the world calls an actor, but time may remember as a modern-day Stoic. Keanu doesn't chase fame because he doesn't need it. Most people are addicted to validation. They'll sell their piece for a spotlight. But Keanu, he walks away from the noise, even when the world begs him to speak. He's not detached because he doesn't care. He's detached because he does, about what truly matters. While others are trying to be seen, Keanu is busy being still. He once gave away millions to the film crew, not for headlines, for gratitude. What could you create if you stopped trying to impress and started trying to express? You thought fame made you powerful. Silence makes you untouchable. Keanu understands the power of silence. You ever notice how he doesn't rush to speak? No filler, no fluff, no need to dominate the room. Just presence. That's power. Not the kind that shouts, the kind that doesn't need to. A lion doesn't need to roar. Everyone knows what it is. Keanu understands what most men forget. Restraint is strength. In interviews, he pauses before answering. Not because he's slow, because he's intentional, because wisdom isn't rushed. What would happen if, tomorrow, you said less and listened more? Stillness isn't emptiness. It's presence without panic. Keanu has transformed tragedy into grace. Most people break when life breaks them. Keanu didn't. He bled, then built. He lost his best friend. He buried his child. He mourned the woman he loved. And still, he walks through the world with kindness in his eyes. No bitterness, no armor. Just the quiet strength of a man who chose to remain open, even after everything tried to close him. He stands at her grave, the cold breath of winter rising from his lips. He doesn't speak. He doesn't move. He simply bears witness to love, to loss, to life itself. He just thinks, I'll carry you with me, always. When asked what happens when we die, Keanu paused, then said, I know the ones who love us will miss us. That's not just loss, that's presence inside grief. Maybe the pain wasn't sent to destroy you. Maybe it was sent to deepen you. Pain broke most men, but it built him. If this resonates with you, take a second to like this video. Subscribe for more stories like this, where silence speaks and stillness leads. And drop a comment below. What's one moment in your life that made you stronger? Keanu gives without needing praise. You'll never hear him brag. But behind the scenes, Keanu has paid hospital bills, funded cancer foundations, bought Harleys for his stunt team, and never posted about it. Because real generosity doesn't need an audience. Real men don't perform virtue, they live it. He's not trying to look like a good man. He's too busy being one. Marcus Aurelius once said, waste no more time arguing what a good man should be. Be one. What if your next good deed stayed silent? Would it still feel worth it? Legacy isn't built in public. It's earned in the quiet. Keanu lives in the present, not for the applause. Keanu isn't chasing clout. He's not performing for metrics. He's not addicted to the scroll. He's here, fully, quietly, completely. Whether on a film set or sharing a sandwich with a stranger, he brings his whole self to the moment. A fan once saw him talking to a homeless man, not filming, not preaching, just two humans, sharing time. That's the discipline of presence, being where you are, not lost in where you wish you were. Could you handle being fully present for just one day? You're not burnt out. You're just not here. Keanu moves with intention, not emotion. You've never seen Keanu lose control. Not on camera, not on stage, not in chaos. Because he's trained himself to respond, not react. Emotion tells you to lash out. Intention reminds you to wait. Whether it's a red carpet, a confrontation, or a personal loss, he moves deliberately, purposefully, powerfully. That's what separates boys from men. Not how loud they get, but how steady they stay. He doesn't let the moment control him. He slows it down, feels everything, and chooses clarity. Where in your life are you letting reaction sabotage direction? Power isn't in control, it's in composure. Keanu knows who he is, and that's enough. Keanu doesn't need to prove himself. He's not adjusting his personality to fit the moment. He's not chasing labels, trends, or identities that don't fit. He knows who he is, and that is enough. When asked, "Who is Keanu Reeves?" he once smiled and said, "I'm just Keanu. No false bravado, no inflated ego. Just a man rooted in truth." Confidence isn't built by proving you're more. It's built by knowing you're enough. If you stopped pretending, who would you be? You don't need to become someone else. You just need to remember who you were before the world told you to forget. Keanu isn't trying to be a Stoic. He just is. He's not quoting Marcus Aurelius. He's living him. Keanu is proof. You don't need to dominate a room to be powerful. You don't need noise to make an impact. In fact, the more silent he became, the louder his presence got. In a world built on noise, his silence roars. Everyone's still talking. And maybe that's why everyone is still listening. If this stirred something in you, subscribe. We tell stories for the ones who move through life with stillness. Comment below. What's one thing you've learned from Keanu Reeves? Let's turn this comment section into a quiet revolution. And remember, you don't have to shout to be heard.